Hey everyone, this is President Box speaking. I have an interesting video that I wanted to make really fast, so there's not going to be a whole lot of editing, there's not going to be a whole lot of funny in this video, but I just wanted to come to you and advertise my Discord server that I run called the Pitchers Pub. And my reasoning for doing this is because right now we are starting to finish up and starting to implement features for our newest update, our Clash of Factions update. We essentially are adding a faction war system to a Discord server. You don't really hear about that one very often, and we're very excited to do it. So basically what I wanted to do today is I wanted to run through the basic stuff of our server. So if you're interested, you could come in and take a look, and maybe you'd be here for when our faction update launches, hopefully next week. We are implementing features right now, so right now you're technically seeing the dev build, in quotes, because as owner and member of the dev team, I can see all of our in-progress stuff and privated stuff and other things. So of course we have our regular rules and punishments area, so we have all of our rules here. If you need to stop and take a look at them, here they are. And then we have all of our punishments here. They're pretty simple punishments. You get warnings, and then message deletion or mutes, and then bans or kicks. Of course, the way we see it is that all, even if you've gotten banned from the server for something, you can always make an appeal to myself, just by DMing me. Because usually I'd like to think I'm a pretty nice guy, but essentially the idea is that you get warned when you break a rule, and then we take some kind of disciplinary action, and then you get banned or kicked. We just decided to use the word ban because it's a shorter word, and when you have messages this long, Discord starts to get mad at you. So then we have our announcements tab. So when you join the server, a bot automatically gives you two roles, which is everyday customers, which is soon going to be changed, and announcement. So when an announcement happens, it's when we are obviously posting something in the announcements, we are saying something. So sometimes we'll post little teasers, like we did on the 3rd of April here, or we'll make an announcement for whenever we've released a new update, like we did on the 30th of March or on the 11th of December. We don't update the server very often because it is currently inactive, but if we start seeing a lot more activity in the server, we will be sure to follow it more closely and update it more often. And then of course literally at 12:30, so 30 minutes after midnight, I made an announcement saying that the faction wars was almost here. Give it about a week. And then of course asking people to invite people, because this is a really big update. We've been we've been working on it since essentially December. We've been working on this update, figuring out ideas for it. And then we have our achievement system here. Not many servers, I think, can claim that they have a comprehensive achievement system. So essentially, you get, you have these things that you could do. So for example, we'll take Ender of Silence, because that's the easiest one to achieve. Speak at least once in any channel. I swear I can read. So you do that, and then you get roles. And then, so you have basic roles. So for example, we'll say, well, we'll take Emeraldia Devil here, because he, of course, fits a lot of our stuff. So you can see he has everyday customers and announcement, which are the two roles that you're automatically given. And then he has Ender of Silence, which means he's spoken in one of our channels at least once. So if you complete all of these achievements, with the exception of the ones that are crossed out because that is removed content, but if you're wondering why it's still there, you can see we still have the channels in case we want to bring them back. We don't like deleting channels, we just like privatizing them in case we want to bring them back. So by completing all of these things, what we do is, so you can complete all of these achievements, you get all these roles, and then you can get special roles by completing all of them, like Perfect Dispatcher for Mach 1, which essentially will display you separately from other people. And then Mach 2 achievements are the same way. You complete all these achievements, and then boom, you can get special roles and stuff like that. And then the special achievements are achievements that are not required to get any of the special mock roles. So you have community contributor, respect earner, pay to win pubber, and the bug basher. So the community contributor is somebody who essentially suggests something or DMs me emojis or stuff like that to have added to the server, and then that thing gets added. So for example, we have 2 community contributors right now, which is AJB Awesome and Emerdia Devil, which both have had emojis that they wanted added, emojis that they've sent us added into the server. So they both have that, and they get displayed separately and have a separate color. The respect earner is essentially somebody who becomes an admin without being a dev member. So all of our admin team right now is part of our development team. The pay to win pubber is someone who nitro boosts our server. We felt that we should add it as an achievement, not so much to try to play down the fact that they spent money to help our server, but in a way to give gratitude for them boosting our server, because, well, I mean, we're a small server, and anybody who ever boosts our server, whether ever or ever, we want to say thank you. And then Bug Basher, of course, is of course the simple one. Is for it's a special one you get when you report a bug in our bug report, and we fix it. Simple. So when you report a bug that we have to fix, there we go. And then the miscellaneous achievements, which is Holy Grail. So earn every achievement added before the addition of the Pitchers Pub Clash of Factions, which is our newest update that is coming out very soon. You can get Holy Grail without needing the special achievements. The special achievements are just extras that we added on. And then the experimental achievements, which is the Faction Fractioneer, is having your squad win a faction war, which is currently unavailable. It will become available next week with our Clash of Factions update, where we will have a bunch of achievements for each of our factions, and some overlap ones and some major ones that you get for winning. So our Clash of Factions update right now will include 3 different factions to choose from. Each faction will have 5 achievements that you can get specific to those factions, and all sorts of other stuff. It's really hard to explain it all without seeing it all, but trust me, if you join the server and you're here for when we launch the update, you'll see exactly what I mean. There's a whole lot of content in it. We tried to keep it simple because this is not something that we feel is done too often, so we try to keep it simple in the server for now. If it gets more popular in the future, then of course we're going to be continuously adding content. We're essentially treating this entire section of our server like a game, and that's why we've added achievement systems, change logs, stuff like that. But let's just keep moving through our server here. So the server change log is literally a change log. If you, of course, follow any big games, you know when a big update comes out, they have a change log where they describe everything that's been changed, everything that's been added, removed, reworked, stuff like that. And here, we do exactly that. We talk about everything we've added, we talk about everything we've started, everything we've changed, everything like that. Our last update came out on the 1st of April, on April Fool's Day, and we added just a bunch of achievements. But our last major update, major, was on the 30th of March, where we essentially did some quick patching to the server so that we could get it all ready for the big Clash of Factions update, which we've never had an update this big. Of course, we had, like here, the 1025 update was our Halloween update, where we essentially started all of our Halloween event, but of course you can tell it didn't look that big, and then 1109 was when our event ended, and then 1211 was when our Christmas event started. So we like to run events on the server. Essentially you have special achievements and special drinks and all sorts of stuff that you can get only during this period, and then you can get special achievements where you can essentially get special displays above everybody else. So for example, if we look here, we can see that AJB Awesome, one of our contributors, has the Haunted House Hunter of 2019. So this is a limited edition role or achievement, whichever you want to classify it as, that you could only get during the Halloween 2019 event. Of course, we're probably going to have a Haunted House Hunter 2020, and so on and so forth, however many years this server is active, or however long we're still putting content into it. Let's move on to our event list. So it's very short right now because we haven't updated it in quite a while, because we currently don't have any upcoming events that we have planned with content ready to go. We've been working on the Clash of Factions update. This, of course, will probably be mostly consumed by faction dates or clash dates, because essentially what we call it is, so anytime that a faction war starts, it's called a clash, and we say how long it's going to last, and then we use our mission board to tell everybody what you have to do in order to get these special points, and then at the end of the time allotted, whoever has the most points, or if it's a special kind of a point race kind of one where essentially it's first to 100 or whatever, then whoever gets there first, of course, wins the faction war, or wins the clash, and there will be all sorts of other things that we will add along the way depending on how many people are using the system. So we've moved through our Learn the Server page. So the things with money involved, drinks on tap. This is where, so everybody gets, I believe, around 100 broken bottles. To start with, broken bottles is our server's currency, and you can buy drinks. You get rolls for drinking each one that are automatically given to you just for drinking it, and then if you drink whole rows of them, you can get achievements for it. So we have the Moloko Plus, the Arcanon's Mix, the Throat Burner, and the Creme Brunellero right now, and then in our Halloween 2019 drinks and our Christmas 2019 drinks, you can still drink them and get their special rolls. However, you can't get their achievements right now. But they will probably stay here for quite a while. They might get removed, but of course they are specifically Halloween 2019 drinks and Christmas 2019 drinks, not just Halloween drinks and Christmas drinks. We want to add new ones every single of a holiday event. And then the bar receipt is, of course, where you buy things. Our Unbelievabot, or Unbelievabo as it's referred to here, essentially is where you can buy your drinks and then use them. And the bot will respond to you in a specific way. Each singular one, each drink has a specific response from our bot. So, for example, when you use the Throat Burner, he responds with "Just don't cry in my bar," alright? So this is essentially our bartender, in quotes. 9 to 5 job is how you get more money. You can earn more money by using the !work command. However, it is usually, you can only do it once every 4 hours. Of course, right now, the only thing you use this currency for is our drinks. We'll probably use it somewhere in our Clash of Factions update later on, depending on how popular it is, of course. So that's the things with money involved right now. If we move to help us out, we have the bug report. It's currently empty. As far as we are aware, there are no big bugs in the server, which is good because it's a Discord server, but of course, it's not so much something in Discord isn't working, it's something that we've added to this server that doesn't seem to be functioning properly. For example, we have a lot of fixes we had to do that we noticed that nobody reported, which is fine if nobody reported them. Of course, we're talking about an active server here. In our suggestions tab, we can of course look into suggestions that people have for their servers. So we could see AJB Awesome here, one of our contributors, says when you are out of ideas for events, you can implement some type of faction war. So that's immediately where the idea started for this update. So what we're essentially doing is people suggest things, we look into them. We immediately followed it up about 3 days later because we're a bunch of slow people that we would look into it. And so we've essentially been looking into this idea since the beginning of, November, and it's coming out right now in June. So it's been quite a few months in development. Of course, this was just us looking into it. We haven't been in active development of the content and assets and everything that are being used by this update. We haven't been doing that since about February, maybe January. So of course it's been about 4 months. And of course, if we go, so we've moved out of the help us out. So talk to people is just a regular place for conversing to people, where you can talk to people. So everyday conversation is just regular conversation stuff. The game corner, right here, is essentially where you can talk about video games. The song queue, and here's the jukebox, got removed in an update in March because no one used them. We'll add them back, of course, if people people ask for them. And then Talk It Out is just a voice chat for people. Unrelated to the pub, we have our daily funnies where people can post memes and all sorts of stuff. Self-promotion, where you can, of course, promote your YouTube, your whatever, your or you can show off work that you've done and things like that. And the old TV is a removed channel that was all about animation stuff. So for example, you could send over screenshots, small clips from projects and stuff like that. Behind the bar is stuff that is specifically for our admin and development team. So all so essentially, as a regular person, you probably don't even really know this exists, except for maybe Intruder Alert, which shows you, of course, this is the regular thing where people join servers. Simple enough. And then our stats stuff, which shows you our member count, our user count, our bar count, the amount of roles we have, and the amount of channels we have. All of this is going to be growing, hopefully. With our Clash of Factions update, we are hoping to get out a lot of good new content to help bring some people in. Of course, if you are in any degree interested and you have a Discord and this sounds like this could be fun, please give us a go. Even if you don't like it, of course, we want suggestions and all sorts of stuff. So even if this isn't exactly your cup of tea, we of course would appreciate you still giving us a go, especially because we have this huge update coming out and we really want to be able to start a Clash not too long after the update comes out, because we want to give it a go. We want to see how people react to it. We want to see how people go about completing these missions and trying to win the faction war. So if you are interested in the Pitchers Pub, you can click the link down in the description. It will give you an invite straight here, and you can give us a go. Of course, remember that at the time of this video going up, the Faction Wars update is not out yet, but it is almost out. We are implementing features right now. We are starting to tidy up all the edges and all that stuff. We are hoping to get it out, I believe, by the 25th, which is 10 days from now. But of course, it's I know it's 10 days, but it's we're getting very close. If it comes out any earlier than that, then whoopee. And of course, we want people to be there for the launch, to play the content essentially when it comes out, and to let us know of any bugs and give us suggestions of how to make the system better. I'm President Box. This is the Pitchers Pub. You can check it out in the link in the description. And I will see you later. Bye-bye.